Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Game Day with Heavy Cardboard, where we teach, play, and discuss medium and heavy strategy board games, war games, 18xx. I'm your host, Edward Euler, happy to be joined by a couple of very good friends of mine.
I'm Greg.
And I'm Martin.
All right, tonight we are bringing y'all The Magnificent, designed by Eilish Svensson and Christian Osby, and published by Aporta Games. Now, Aporta Games was kind enough to give us this review copy in person at Spiel 2019, and we said that we would take a look at it and possibly stream it. And here we are. So big thank you to everybody over at Aporta Games for helping make all of that possible. In addition to that, a big thank you to our 795 patrons who also, without them, none of this is happening. So thank you to all of our patrons, including the fellas that are joined here with me tonight. If you guys like what we do here, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Hit the little bell so that you get notified whenever we go live. And if you want to join those 795 folks that help support Heavy Cardboard and get the benefits that come with being a patron, you can go to pledgehc.com, support the show there. All right, The Magnificent. First two things that caught my eye regarding this game. Number one, the artwork. It's striking. I think it appeals to me because I like dark and I like
medieval.
So there's that, and there's dice drafting. So I was drawn to this game from the get-go, and we'll leave it up to you guys to decide whether or not this is going to be a good game for you and your game group. All of us have played it. And by all of us, I mean two of us have played it. Some of us multiple times. Some of us only once. I'll let you guys make your own determinations when we do the over-under on this. So, you ready?
Yeah.
You ready? Hopefully, y'all are ready. Let's get into The Magnificent.
Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone outside the box, the Magnificents are in town. Buy your tickets, set your clocks. This is not your average clown. The tents are raised, the elements transpire. The sawdust is literally on fire. When the moon appears on the sunset's ember, you know but this. This will be a show to remember.
So it's about performing circus stuff, things out here. There we go. So what are we looking at here? We have on the main board, we have the victory point track, round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. Then going from there, inside, we have a bunch of different areas. We have the travel area, first off, broken down into the orange travel area, the green travel area, and the purple travel area. Up here, we have the main tent. With the main tent, we have all of the dice, which are going to be the actions and the power of said actions that we're going to be taking on our turn. As you can see, there are 4 different colors. There are orange, there are green, and there are purple. In addition to that, there are clear dice. Now, full disclosure here, the clear dice that come with the game are actually clear dice. However, because we're streaming and because they don't show up very well, we actually substituted a darker color in here so that you guys can see them a little bit clearer, pun intended. So there we go. So we have our clear dice there. Then over on the bottom right hand area, we have the poster display for the different performers out here. We have the performance track, which is this track right here, which has to do with one of the available actions. We have trainer areas for our trainers to be able to go on. And then over on the far left-hand side, we have what's called the main display, which are going to be where the various master cards and trainers and the supply for each will be. And up in the top left-hand corner is a reminder, a handy-dandy little reminder of what happens when you cannot pay for the power of your dice at the end of each round, i.e., don't do that. Now, up above the board, we have the 3 randomly generated trainers that you can see up there, which we're going to be starting with when we get started at the beginning of the game. Then we have 4 different colors of gems, as you can see, which match the color of the dice, which also match the color of the traveling areas. So we have orange, green, purple, and clear. That's pretty much everything that you guys can see off board. However, there are a plethora, FA, of different other things off board that we didn't want to clutter everything up with. We have the different colors of the pieces that we're going to be adding whenever we build. We have a small and a large red, and the same goes with green as well as for purple. Then in addition to that, we have all of our trainers, which are off board as well, as you can see there. But to be honest with you, Martin and I have a really bad habit of grabbing things that we shouldn't be grabbing yet. Wow, that sounds terrible. Let's try that again. Martin and I have a really bad habit of grabbing extra pieces that we have not earned yet, so we actually have them in a central supply so that we do not do that. Then we have our own personal tableaus. Now, over here we have our main personal tableau, which these are symmetric. You'll notice that there is an A side here. We are playing the basic game here. On the flip side is a B side, and there's a little bit of asymmetry to what it is that we start out with. So as you notice here, we start out with 6 money, but because Martin's here and I don't want to get made fun of, we're actually using poker chips, so everybody will start with 6, except for whoever the first player is actually has to give $1 to the last player. So hence why Martin will start with 5, and Greg will start with 7, or if we randomize turn order, you get the idea. Everybody also starts with 1 gem in their supply. You can hold a maximum of 3 each. Then over here in our main area, which is called the
camp.
The camp here is divided into 9 different sections, as you can see. This is where we're going to be playing kind of a Tetris-y aspect with those various pieces that we're going to be building over there. Up above that, we have 5 different camps, 5 different tent areas that we're going to be able to build. We have one that's printed on the board that every player starts out with, and there is 1 random beginner performance or performer card that was randomly drafted for, or randomly drawn for each of us as well. Over on the left-hand side for the building action is a handy-dandy little reminder chart for what you can build depending on the power of it. In-game scoring chart down here in the left-hand corner for all of these sections here. A quick reminder that these small pieces, what shapes those look like, the large pieces, what those look like, what we can do with the gems on a given turn, and then the available actions and the actual turn round, or a round summary, if you will, as well. Then everybody starts with a second performance marker, because you may do a maximum possibly of a couple of performances in a round. Everybody starts with 1 trainer, as shown down here there, and everybody starts with 4 different master cards. These master cards are not credit cards. However, what they are is these are where we're going to be placing our dice out on, and they're divided into 2 sides. We have the immediate action and then a end of round, possibly end of game scoring section there. So that's everything that we are looking at. But now, how do you actually play the doggone game? Well, before we get to that, I figure I ought to talk about what it is that we're trying to do big picture wise. Well, the game takes place over 3 rounds, and each round has 4 turns. A turn is going to consist of taking a die and then using that die to do one of 3 actions. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be acquiring various building pieces to build up into our camps to possibly get some bonus materials, but all in the sake of getting victory points. And the main way we're going to get victory points in this game is doing performances predominantly, as well as some other little things here or there, and some endgame scoring. But just know the majority of your scoring is going to be coming from these performances as well as end of round and end of game scoring card or actions, end of game scoring abilities at the end of each round. All right? So as I said, the game takes place over 3 rounds. Each round has 4 turns. And within those 4 turns, you're going to essentially have 3 steps. The active player is going to take all of their action, their one action, then it will go clockwise in turn order, taking an action until all of us have taken 4 actions. So the first thing that's going to happen is you must take a die of the available dice pool. So when you take the die, you choose from there. Let's say I choose, let's say this orange 4. When I choose this die, I then must choose one of the 4 available master cards to put this on and take the associated action. So if I were to place it on here, I immediately get a clear gem. Provided that I have room for a clear gem, then I would take a clear gem from the supply. If, however, I had 3 already here, in lieu of that, I must take $1 instead. Pretty simple, handy dandy little reminder. Plus, hey, if all those are full, I have to take $1. Easy enough there. However, if I chose to go over onto this one, this says I can set the die to whatever value I want it to be. Okay, cool. I want to set it maybe to a 5. Okay, done. So I have chosen the power mostly, but I can boost this power in a couple of different ways. If I had chosen a purple die instead to go over here, this says when I place a purple die on here, I get a +2, so this is actually an implied 6 as opposed to a 4, as you can see on the card right there. The other thing that I can do is I can always boost the value of a die by 2 by spending 1 or more like-colored gems. Now the clear gems are wilds. So what does that mean? That means in lieu of a purple, a green, or an orange, I can always spend a clear gem in which to be able to do whatever it is I'm trying to do. So in this case, I could turn this 5 by discarding this orange gem to a 7, and then I could actually spend a clear gem to make it a 9. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right? So I would discard those into the supply. I have now set the power of that die, which is actually a 9 value die, and now I have a choice. There are 3 available actions that I can take on my turn. There is build, there is travel, and there is perform. So we'll do this in the ease of explaining this. So we'll start out with travel. I have a 9 orange, remember, because I spent those gems. So the travel has to do with the travel section of the board. Now, it is an orange travel, so that means I get to take this orange travel caravan guy and move it 9 clockwise. It's always clockwise. So, and I can always, it's always an up to, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And maybe I choose to stop there on the 8. The reason is you pick up anything and everything that you pass over except for these tents that are out here, these white bordered tents out there. You must actually land on the space to be able to claim a tent. However, because I started here, I would actually get 1, 2, 3 orange gems, and then I would get 1 purple and 1 green in addition for all of that, like so. So I would get this and I would add all of these onto my tableau. Easy enough?
Yep.
Provided that I had the space in which to do so, but you'll notice I do have the space because I spent the orange gem to boost that up to a 9, even though I only used it to an 8, etc., etc. I would place those down onto my tableau. Now, if previously somebody had already claimed this tent marker, you'll notice that this here looks like a performance card, and you would be correct. So that means because I passed over that performance card, I can always choose one of the available performance cards face up, or, as always, mystery meat there. So as it was, I would then take that camp tile, tent tile, I keep interchanging those terms, I apologize. I take this tent tile after, in addition to all the gems that I will have gotten, like so, there, and then I have a decision to make. This tent now can go on any of the available tent spaces that I have on my board. Now this one's already printed there, so it's already taken, so I can't place it there. When you cover it, you immediately get whatever the bonus is that's shown. And notice at the top, it all shows a performance card. It's a little hard to see sometimes and easy to overlook. So I would get a performance card and whatever else I cover. $2, 2 clear gems, or if I didn't have room, money, an extra trainer from the supply, or 4 points. Easy enough, right? So maybe let's say I choose a couple of clear gems. I would get a couple of the clear gems. You get the idea. Boom, done. And I have another tent out there. Any questions on the travel action?
Nope.
All right. There is one other little reminder out here, or a little extra little bonus thing that you can do. I want to draw everyone's attention out here to the 5 training areas that are printed on the board. There is one for each of the available actions that say if you want, you can take a trainer out here, and when you travel, you can actually go anti-clockwise or counterclockwise as opposed to always clockwise. So if you spend a trainer, you can then do so. Okay? When we get to performing and building, I will talk what those actions provide you. And then these two, notice they don't have a symbol there in the middle. These allow you to immediately do whatever it is. Spend a trainer to flip to the flip side of that die. So I took a 5, so I could flip it to a 2, etc., etc. Or this one with a 1+. Now this one does not have a 1+, meaning you can only do this once and only once per turn. The trainer plus means for every trainer I choose to expend this way, I can do whatever the action is. This is pay $2 to get a new performance card. So if I spend $2 and 1 trainer, I get 1. $4 and 2 trainers, I get 2, etc., etc. You get the idea. So you'll notice that this one only allows us to do it once because obviously you can only go clockwise once. Makes sense. So that is the travel action. So moving on now to the second of the available actions, which is the build action. So using the same example, I spent some gems and boosted this up to a 9. So this is now a 9 orange. So we now look over here to the build symbol over here and we look at the chart. A 9 says I can get 1 large piece and 1 small piece Tetris-wise to be able to place out here into my camp. The large pieces are as shown there and the small pieces are shown there. So as it is, it's an orange die, which means I must take, and I'll interchange red and orange, 1 of each piece like so. However, if I had spent at least 1 trainer, possibly more, I can change the color of a piece that I am taking. So if I put a trainer out here, maybe I want the large green and the small orange. I can do that. If I were to spend 2 trainers, provided I have 2 trainers, I could actually change out the color for both of the pieces that I'm claiming there. Make sense? Good. All right. So in this case, maybe I just want to go ahead and keep the red, and we'll get there. A little foreshadowing for when we get to the performance. So now it's a matter of where do we want to place them. The first piece that you place can be placed anywhere out here in your camp. So maybe I just go dead middle and I say, I'm going to put it right there. You immediately get whatever the bonus is that you cover, in this case, an extra trainer from the supply. And then from there, every piece must be orthogonally adjacent to at least one side of one piece that's out there. So maybe I do something along the lines of, say, cover these. I would get a clear gem and $2 if I did something like that. Easy enough. And every time that I take this action over here, I'm going to get whatever pieces, unless I change the color of it here and then place them out here. And obviously it has to fit within the window, etc., etc. So any questions on the building action?
Nope.
All right, good. Easy enough. So we'll actually leave that there for when we go into the third action that you can take on your turn, which is perform. If you are familiar with Trickerion, this is nothing like Trickerion. So, what is performing like? Well, first off, using the same example that we have here, and let's say I had boosted this to a 9 value orange. We then look at the performance track out here, and you notice that these are numbered going from 4 all the way up to 20. Well, 9 is 8. So I then would put my performance marker blocking off that space for everyone else for the rest of this round, and then I would take the associated actions, or performances as it were. You'll notice that there is a multiplier in the bottom left-hand corner here. That is how many performances I can actually perform on a single action. So in this case, because I went to 8, I could do 2 performances, provided that I have 2 performances available to me. So what does that look like? Well, now I'm going to bring your attention to the card up here. These are the available performances. Depending on where it is, dictates whether or not it can be performed. No tent, no performance. Performance and a tent, hey, you can do that. If it were something along the lines of this, because of where I put it on the 8, I could do 2 performances as you see here, in theory. But we'll get there. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves. To be able to do a performance, you then look at whatever the prerequisite is here. It says, I need this piece to be able to do this Kimura performance. Do I have that? Yes. Boom, done. Performance complete. So what do I get? I would get whatever that is, and that is. So in this case, I would score 1 victory point and $4 from the bank. Easy enough, right? Then I would take this and kind of set it off to the side because there might be some sort of scoring for later on for this card. Now, because I'm allowed to do 2 performances, and let's say I had something along the lines of this as well, getting back to this. Because I'm doing 2 performances or wanting to do 2 performances in the same round, I must have each piece individually to be able to do each performance. So what does that mean? There is no doubling up of the same piece in the same performance. So if I wanted to do this and this, I would need 2 of the large orange pieces and a large green. So in other words, I could not do both of them. I could choose to do either this one or this one. This one will get me 4 points and $5. This one as aforementioned. However, if I had something along the lines of, say, this, now I could do both of those performances. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So in that case, I would get 1, 5. I would get 5 points, 4, and $9. And then I would take both of these and kind of keep them over into my tableau. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, there are other performances here that you'll notice may have gems on them with a slash through them. That means you must also discard that color gem to be able to do that performance, in addition to whatever the other prerequisites that you must have. And as always, you can use clear gems to replace a colored gem, but it doesn't work the other way around, okay? And also, I should also point out that there are some tents, that have specific colored gems that require you to discard. So this one is a purple gem. So if this were here, I would need to discard a purple, a green, and an orange gem, as well as have 2 pieces, and it could be that piece and that piece. They don't have to be adjacent or anything to be able to perform this performance. So that would be 11 points and $4 there. Any questions on performing?
Nope.
Okay, easy enough. And hold on, let's reset this a little bit. There we go. All right. So once you have taken a action, it becomes the next player's turn. And then when you take another action, you have to choose a different MasterCard, so on and so forth. However, the thing that I also want to point out is the power boosting that happens in this game. When you choose a second die of the same color, this is no longer a 5 value die. This is now a 10 power action. They're cumulative of the same color. In addition to that, any quote-unquote clear dice that you may take boost the value of whatever color that you want to take. So in this case, this could be a 6 purple, a 9 green, or yes, a 16 orange. That makes sense?
Yep.
All right. However, if I had placed that there, and then on my last action, I place this green. I then cannot use a clear die to then use it as a boost in a subsequent turn in that same round. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. All right. So now that you guys all understand all of that, let's go to the end of the round, because after we have taken all of the players have taken all of their actions, all 4 of their actions, there's now a series of round end things that are going to take place. First and foremost, payment. You have to pay for the power of your dice. So the easiest way to explain this is you pay for the highest pip value color. So as you can see, I have 10 orange and I have 3 green. Which is higher? 10 orange. So I'm going to pay $10. Then in addition to that, I'm going to pay whatever the clear dice total is as well. So as it is, I would pay a total of 16. If I had that, that would be 18. If it were something along the lines of this, that would be 6, 12, 14. I don't have to worry about that because the green is higher. That makes sense?
Yep.
I don't want to belabor that, but I just want to make sure it's clear. You pay the highest color plus the total of the clear dice. You pay that with the money that you have in hand. Any money that you cannot pay in the first round, for every dollar you're short, you lose a point. For every dollar you're short in the second round, you owe 2 points. Every dollar you're short in the third round, don't let this happen, 3 points. There you go. Then after that, we're going to then get new master cards and trainer tiles out here. So how does that work? Well, the order in which the performance is here, let's say it were something along the lines of that when we perform. Whoever has the highest performer value in this case, so if this were something like that, you would take the highest of your 2 that you may perform with here. So in that case, it would be something along the lines of that. Yellow would choose first, then red, then blue, meaning you choose both the master card and the associated trainer tile. So whatever one you choose, you then bring it over here and you add it into there. And in addition to that, you're going to add it into your tableau over here. Does that make sense?
Yep.
The reason we do that in this very specific order is because then at the end of your turn, you're then must score 1 of the bottom of the 5 master cards that you now have, the 4 that you had during the round and the 5th one that you just acquired. So you choose one of these to score, and you score whatever it is, whatever the number of points multiplied by whatever it is over on the right hand side, to a maximum possibly of whatever it shows at the bottom. So in other words, if I had completed up to 5 of this symbol, as you can see right there. So for every one of these that I have completed, then I would score 4 points to a maximum of 20 points. Now I have 5 choices in which to be able to score one. I could score any of the 4 existing or the new one. If I score the new one, when I'm done scoring it, I just get rid of it, and then I'm going to have the same 4 available actions to me next turn. But maybe I scored this one instead. That one will replace it, and then in the next round, when these clear, I'll have those 4 actions to do instead. Easy enough?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then after we have done that, we then prepare for the next round. What does that mean? That means we're going to take all of the dice, roll them, put them back into the main tent. Any of our trainers that we have used will then come back into our tableau. And then after that, I should also point out that these cards will immediately refill as well. So if you take multiple performances, you immediately refill and then choose which you do. We're going to refill new masters and trainers, and then rinse and repeat and do that 3 times. At the end of the game, which is at the end of the 3rd round. Now keep in mind, we will have taken a 5th card at the end of the round, and then we're going to score 1 of our available master cards, just like what we did at the end of the 1st and 2nd round. So let's say I choose to score this one full value based on what's down here. But then at the end of the game, we're then going to score every other card that you have left over except the values are halved. And one thing that is not crystal clear in the rules, but the way we've played it, we also have the maximum. Meaning, this would score 2 points for each of those that I've completed to a maximum of 10 points. And we do each one individually until we have scored all 4 at half value. Then after that, any money that we have left over converts to $5 into 1 point. And then after that, the little symbol down here says for each completed area of the 9 that you have out here, you will score 4 additional victory points. Now, gems are not worth anything at the end of the game. But if you're familiar with Feast for Odin, where you can use coins to fill in areas, much like that, you can then take any gems that you have left over to then cover up areas to complete those areas. So as it were, if it were something along the lines that worked out, looks like I planned it this way, like that, I have 1, 2, 3 completed areas for a total of 12 points, plus any points I've gotten there, plus any points I've accumulated throughout the game. Whoever has the most points wins. The only thing that I kind of glossed over a little bit is, whenever you place trainers out here on your turn, at the end of your turn, they're going to come up here to the main tent, and they clear off at the end of your turn, including both the common ones as well as any that are in your tableau. Those clear off each turn so that you aren't blocking either for yourself or for other players, because they'll be up here. At the end of the round, you will be taking those trainers back, but not until the end of the round. And that, folks, is how you play the Magnificent. All right, any questions locally? Good. Any questions on chat that you guys saw?
That's correct, but the maximum value is halved.
Okay.
And based on the name of the person doing it, I think that's probably an authoritative statement.
All right, awesome. Glad to see it. All right, so help me reset this. We need to re-roll these because I have no idea what they were. There we go.
They're also garbage anyway.
Okay.
There we go.
And
just, we will set the over-under. I think we'll set it to, there's 3 of us, so 4.5, because Greg's here. 4.5 over-under Glory to Rome's, which if you're not familiar with what Glory to Rome's are, that's a go fornicate with yourself, but family-friendly-ish. The other thing, hold on, wrong one. There we go. In addition to that, if ever in the future I ever think it's a good idea to wear a sweater on stream again, nope, not going to do that.
I did.
It is. You did. It is really warm in here. It looks good, but oh man, I'm hurting. All right.
You can always kind of step aside for a moment.
Oh, and that's probably going to happen at some point. So we're going to kind of squeeze that in a little bit there, so that unless you guys want me to use my Tableau cam for my actions, I'm happy to do so, but this way you can see everything on screen all at once. There we go. You want a randomized turn order? We can do so. Did you bring your randomizer?
Oh, yes, I did bring some appropriate randomizer, yes.
Okay, good. All right. So, is it Ilif? Is that how you pronounce it? So, one of the designers is here in chat with us. So, awesome. All right, welcome, everybody. Oh, I got to bring up chat and everything. I apologize.
To be fair, Eric, I'm usually GTR happy when I'm playing with Shrey.
Okay, choose a card. Ace is high, bridge suits.
Whoa! This is why we can't have nice things.
Well, they're very slippery.
Yes,
They are new,
like
and these are
cards.
fancy. All right.
Okay.
Jack.
Yeah,
all right, there we go. So I'm first, and that's all that matters. So in that case, you start with $6, sir. I start with 5. You start with 7. There we go.
All right, I'm good with 6.
All right.
Oh, and do we also draft those?
What?
The trainers?
Oh, good call. Yeah, the trainers at the top of the board. Oh, you know what? We're going to make Martin go away for a minute. There we go. At the top left corner of the board up there are 3 trainers. And actually, let me have them. I'll bring them over onto the other cam. There we go. Cool. And let me throw these here.
Oh, this got all
Cattywampus. All right, thanks. All right, so here we go. This goes in reverse order. So what we have here is you can spend 1 or more trainer. For each trainer you spend, get $2. Can be really useful when you're short on money. This one, when you perform, you can spend 1 trainer. and you can actually ignore the prerequisite of one tile for one performer only per turn. So in other words, let me show you guys. My 1 here, I don't even have to have anything on here to be able to perform that if I have that one. This one is whenever you build, you can spend 2 trainers and you can get an extra large piece of whatever color it is that you're drafting, unless you spend an extra trainer there then to take a different color. You get the idea, right? So this goes actually in reverse order, so I will not choose. I will defer to my good friend, Mr. Fowler.
Well, I have to choose then.
Awesome. Eilif said, I am the first one out of Norway to pronounce it correctly.
Whoa.
I won.
Yes. I think I'm going to go for the money.
All right.
And I'm going to go for the show.
Oh, well, that worked out because I really wanted this one. So there we go. There we go. And everybody starts with their 1 trainer there.
On
All
screen
right.
It is.
Oh, thanks, Matt. Appreciate that. That was very kind. Yes, and Andrew, suffering for fashion. Boy, am I. And yeah, jeans to boot. Here we go.
I think it's perfectly comfortable in here.
Yes.
Yep.
It's quite a good temperature.
Well, I have the fans on, so that helps. All right, so here we go. So what do we want to do to start? I think we build. I think. So what? Also, what we should do is probably on our turn go over what our scoring is and what our special abilities are. Special ability is set 2, a die, any color, whatever value I want. Clear gem, get a buck, purple die, +2. Easy enough. The end of round stuff is 5 points for each tent that I have, to a maximum, obviously, of 5. That'd be 25 points. This one is 4 points for each different named performer. Kimura, Larissa, Luigi. Then this one is 3 points for each small piece that I have out here in my camp. And this one is 1 point for each individual little block that I have covered in a shape of a rectangle or square, specifically used with purple. So a purple group of rectangle or square areas specifically, okay? And a single line is a rectangle, technically, all right? All right, whew, I need something to drink. Give me a second here. All right, that wasn't bad, about 30-minute teach.
Yeah.
Seems reasonable. All right. Whew. All right, so what do we have by way? So I have an extra 2 on this. So looking at the 5 purple, that would give me a 7. That gives me 2 smalls, which helps with that already. And the purple is good there. That sounds good. So I will draft the 5 purple, which now makes it a +2. So that is a 7. You know what I like better than 7? I like 9. So I'm going to discard the purple gem. So a 9 says I get a large and a small purple. I do not wish to spend the trainer to be able to change the color of that. So I'm going to then put these bad boys out here. So now, what do we want to do? I want an extra trainer. So, you know what? We will actually go ahead and start like so. I will get another trainer there. And then I'll spend both of those trainers to then be able to get an extra large piece of whatever color it is that I want. Oh, hey, don't mind if I do. So I will take also a clear gem. Clear gem, sir, please.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Thank you. And this... I don't know if I actually want to do with that. Hold on one second. I know I need a trainer for sure. Oh, you know what? Let's do it this way. So it's going to be a trainer and a performance there. Then I will cover that like so. And then I will get another trainer there. So that'll be another trainer there. And what did I say? Another performance. And I will choose this one, and I will place it out here to then get nothing but set it up for when I get that, right? And then immediately refills. And these guys will now come up there. Boom, done. There we go.
Yes.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that. All right.
Definitely going to be doing that then. I'm going to take...
Oh, there's a collared shirt underneath the sweater to boot, and a sleeveless t-shirt underneath that as well.
I'm going to take the 3 green. I'm going to put it on here. Makes it a effective 5.
Put it in the middle if you would, so they can see what the extra action is. There you go.
An effective 5. Chuck that to make it 7. Oh, not nearly as good. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So you're going to get 2 green, a purple, and an orange gem.
And let's make that 2 crystal clear ones as well.
Because he covered that, and you get a performance as well.
I'd
And it could be mystery meat or the others.
This one.
All right. Now you'll notice that the symbols, it's actually backwards, but to me it just makes more sense to have them inboard to where the other side of the table can see it easier. So there you go.
Okay, so
I did not, Eric.
let me explain my cards here. So this one is the change die to whatever. This is any die at +1. This is grab a buck. This is, I imagine, only do it once, discard 1 gem for $2.
It is, because it doesn't have a plus symbol. It's always a do once, and it's always discard the gem of the die that you place there, to the best of my knowledge.
Okay. This so this end of round scoring is 1 point for my largest coloured die plus any what's it?
So whatever you pay.
Whatever I might pay, basically.
There you go.
This is 4 victory points for every large tile that I've got on my board, up to a maximum of 20 victory points. This is 7 victory points for a complete horizontal run, and I've got a maximum of 3 of them, so I could max out at 21. And this is, I can convert, do I discard $1 buck?
So $7 gets you 21
$7
points.
bucks would get me 21 points if I went through that one.
Yep.
Which was part of my thinking of getting the thing to get more bucks, because I'm thinking if I'm going to do this, I'm probably going to need some bucks.
Did you still cover up a clear die when you did the thing when you rearranged it?
I got 2 trainers and a performance. That's it.
Right, so that extra clear gem, you have 2.
There we go. Fixed. Thanks. That's what you get when you mulligan. Sorry about that. All right, cool. There we go.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm thinking it's probably good to get store of money, partly because I'm thinking maybe of this card, but also because it's good to get money anyway. But also, if I do anything, I'm noticing there's a lot of the large greens. I want large things, so I think I'm going to go with an opening with a getting some stuff. And what else do we have? 1, 6, and 2 available on the green die if I want to go down the green path, which is what I was thinking of doing. I want to minimise my outpayments, I think, so I'm going to take a small 2, plop it here so it becomes a 3, and discard this to make it 5. 5 is exactly enough to buy 1 large green wibbly. And then where to put it? I'm keeping in my mind the fact that I want to
tell you where to put it.
Yes. Thank you, Edward, for your tasteful interjection. I feel I want more trainers, because trainers do kind of help. And so I'm thinking maybe if I'm thinking of 3 rows I want to complete, this is perhaps where I want to go. So in order to maximise getting trainers at the beginning, if I put it here, I can get a trainer and a clear gem from that position. So I take a clear gem and another blue trainer, please.
Yes, sir. There we go. Oh, and Ilif corrected me on this. That, regardless of the color of the die that you place there, you can discard any color gem to get $2.
Oh, okay. That's handy.
It does not have to match that.
Good.
Okay.
That helps. Thank you. And I'm done.
All right. So 6. That could be a 5. That does. Let me look. That's pretty good, but it's not amazing. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. So I'm going to take this 6 green, and I'm going to use my set 2 here to go ahead and change it to a 5 instead. By pay more, right? Let me see. Actually, hold on. I'm really bad at Tetris. But yeah, I will set that to a 5. Yeah, that'll work. That'll be 7. That'll be 9 there. So 9 is going to be a large and a small green. So I will then spend the large green to go there, which gets me another trainer, which, stop me if you've heard this before, go there to be able to get another large green. And the small green will go there to cover up the clear gem. And then the other large will go there to get... Let me see something. Where did it do that? How does that look? I think that works. So, do I want the pieces, though, is the question. You know what? Now that blocks off my purple grouping for that. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get another clear gem covering that up there. A clear gem, please, Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, sir. And these guys will then come up there. And done.
All right.
Be nice, Loki. Be nice. And hi, Luke. Australia in the house. Go ahead.
I am going to pick up a red die. Yeah. Or orange die.
Orange die, right? Yep.
Yeah, I think I'll take the 5. Don't really need to do the 6
Oh,
because these are the odd numbers. I think I just want to get $1 right now, and I'm going to throw that in to make it a 7. And I'm going to build with it.
So 2 small reds.
2 small reds seems like the right call to me. And yeah, these trainers seem like a good thing to get. So I'm going to get a trainer, and actually I shouldn't have tossed that gem because... Thank you.
There we go.
And I think that is it for my turn.
All right. Martin.
Okay, so I'm still thinking. Part of me really doesn't like what I'm doing, but I'm going to keep going with it anyway. Try and go for the low-scoring die to try and minimise my money at the end of the round. So I'm thinking I want to score this one here. Maybe a bit early to be thinking too hard about that, but hey, I'm going with it. So let's run with it. So do I fancy getting good? Am I mad enough to get one of those 1 die and just not do anything other than just a little 1 move on the little travel things? Is that crazy, or is it just stupid? I don't know, but I think I'm going to go with it anyway. Which I'm going to go for the purple one. I'm going to plop it here, so I get another $1, please.
Right here. I got you.
And a purple gem. And continue my minimalist route. Oh, and by the way, with this red-orange thing, a little factoid that I picked up this week. Apparently the reason we call people redheads, even though their hair colour is close to orange than red, was because at the time we didn't actually have words for the colour orange. We only had a word for the colour red.
I wouldn't have been able to tell you that, but I actually did read that somewhere. I forget where, but yeah, that's fascinating, isn't it? It didn't actually have a word for the color orange.
Yes, apparently.
Yeah. Interesting. One. Ooh, do we... I think we can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that'd be a 3 purple. That'll do, pig. That'll do. So, and that's another trainer. Yeah, we'll go there. So that's going to be a total of 8 purple. And we're going to go ahead and get a moving. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 right there. So we started out here. So we're getting 2 purple, a green, and an orange, please.
2 purple, green, and orange.
And then this will actually come over here and get me a performance and a trainer. And the performance, I already know which one I'm taking. A moment. That'll be that one. And now, I obviously only have 3 spaces. I should point out that even if you were full with 5 performers up here, you have 3 options. You can either choose to not take a performer, you can take one and just discard it, or you can take one and replace one that you already have if you have 5 already out there. Oh, well, there we go. And I'm thinking we go ahead and go there. One other thing that I forgot to mention, I apologize. When you do a performance, when you are done performing, you then can freely move your performers, anyone that's left over, to adjust out here in your tableau as well. The turn of the yellow player is complete. All right.
Okay. I think I'm going to take this one. And I'm going to turn it into a 2 using my magical power of turning things into different things. I actually don't think I explained my score.
You didn't.
All right. So this one says I get.
Hold on. They can't. Oh yeah, they can't see you. You're good.
Yeah.
Continue.
5 points for each performer name that matches.
Correct.
So I basically pick the most consistent ones. 3 points for each colored gem in my tableau, up to 21 points. Double the value of a clear die in my board, up to 10 points. So if I wanted that 5, that'd be topping off. And this one's the hardest one to decipher. I get 8 points.
And done. Yeah. Right. All right.
Anyways, so I grabbed the orange. I have a total of 7 here. I'm going to spend a crystal to make that a 9. And I'm going to pop this there, although first I'm going to grab the little one. So a 9 lets me get a big and a small. I'm going to do this for the big, and I'm actually going to do this.
You said that backwards. That for the little and that for the big.
Yes, I did say it backwards.
No worries.
I think that's what I want, right? Yeah, if I do my Tetris right. So that gets me 5 points, and that gets me a crystal gem. I really got to stop tossing them over there. And that puts me at 5.
All right, Mr. Fowler.
Okay, so actually my money position is fairly good. Even if I give all of these out at the end for this scoring thing, I think I'll still be okay. Because I've got quite a few things that will get me money, this and the like. So I'm not going to be as parsimonious as I thought I was going to be. Maybe I will be. I was thinking actually I'll take this 1 point green. I'll plop it here. And I'll take the opportunity to discard a purple gem for $2. $2 over here. And that gives me 3. And then I'll go 1, 2, 3. That'll give me a purple and green gem and this tent. Thinking I'll put the tent here where I get a trainer, because trainers are cool. Although I haven't even used them yet. I can, of course, use a whole bunch of them when I need to. And I get my things. And I get a performance card as well. So which performance card do I fancy? That scores a lot of victory points. So it looks interesting. These two combine the big cards, of course.
I'm okay with that.
Which is kind of nice because I'm going to, of course, be looking to maximise my big area points in due course. So, but they don't score so many victory points, which is kind of a bit sad. I'm gonna risk the big card victory point thing. I'm not sure that I want to put it here though, because that scores I might want to use this tent early rather than late. So I might think I'm actually going to go there. Is that a bit of a risk, opening up my tent at the moment? Oh, no, I'll just put it there. I don't want to take the risk. Okay, I'm done.
Oh, I am considering.
Silver, right?
Yeah, I am considering committing suicide a little bit. If I want to get too greedy, because I only have $5. And I'm trying to figure out which one I'm going to score. Now, none of us have done a performance yet. 1, 2, 3, 4. It might not be a terrible thing right there. Oh, what color do we go? So if I get an orange 6, or the orange 5, I guess it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. That would be a large. But I really want a small purple. So, you know what? Yep, I'm gonna. Take the orange 5. I need a clear gem for that, please, sir. And then I'm going to use the 5 actually as a 3 for the small piece. But I'm going to put a trainer over there to then be able to take a small purple. And the small purple will go right there. Gives me a clear gem. I already have all the clear gems, so I'll just take $1. And done.
Interesting. I don't know what I want. I think I'm going to grab...
Kind of does give it a bit of a Las Vegas look, the board game last year. Yeah.
I don't think I want to do that, but I think I don't have a choice. Give me the 3 clear. No. 3 clear die. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I got you. No worries. You're fine. You're fine.
And I'm going to turn it into a 6.
How?
Because this lets me copy another station's ability and copy the changed die one. I'm going to use up a clear gem to make it an 8, and I'm going to perform.
So it's an 8 purple, I guess, technically?
Yeah, 8 purple.
Okay.
Oh! You're right. I didn't even think about that.
Because that's going to cost you 13.
Yeah, I might as well keep it a 5. Save the dollar, save the gem, and make it a green 8.
Or you can make it a clear 1 and make it an orange 8. Because the color of the performance doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter, you're right. But the 8 is important.
Okay. 8 is enough?
8 is enough. It's going to bring me there, which is going to let me perform 2 times.
Correct. So let's see that you have all of your things.
Ah. Now I do.
Okay.
Because this lets me ignore the requirement of 1 of my performances.
1 piece on 1 performance, correct.
Oh! Oh, I did not understand that.
Let me verify and make sure. I want to make sure that I'm not lying to you. So I apologize if I misspoke. Where is that one? There. Disregard 1 camp tile requirement on 1 poster, but not a gem requirement. So disregard 1 camp tile requirement.
Okay, I definitely...
So I would say 1 camp tile meaning 1 camp tile.
Okay.
Not 1 camp.
I would have done that differently then, if I had known that.
And gotten a large green instead?
Yeah.
And what did you... all you did was change the color on... Yeah, go for it. That's fine.
I do have to give
Because he did pay the trainer to be able to do that earlier.
I do have to give up a crystal gem, because it won't fit nicely. And I think if I do that, am I going to be able to fill it up later? Yes, I can fill it up later.
Okay, so now... Yes, because... So walk people through it.
So, This one requires this little bitty camp, which I definitely have, so we'll go over that one later. And this one requires a green gem, an orange gem, a big green camp, and a big orange camp. So get rid of those.
There you go.
It's also going to require me to get rid of a clear crystal gem in order to do that one. But I'm going to get a total of 15 points and $6.
And you have the money over next to you.
Yep.
Good job. There we go. All right, and we got confirmation. Yes, I did. I said that right. Now you want to keep those exactly. You got it. You might want to keep the names visible since you have that special one for the names. There we go. Mr. Fowler, bring us home for the first round.
Okay. So, I think I'm going to take the orange.
Only our audience would be having this conversation. This is what you
I'm going
started
to turn
with.
it into a 5 because what I want to do is to take a large orange what's it tile.
A large orange what's it, sir?
And yeah, I'm just going to stick with that. Just plop that there. That will give me a performance card. And I think I fancy this one because it's large orange plus a green that I already have. It's not a very exciting card, mind, but it's something. And that's all I did, right? Yes.
All right.
Oh,
so,
go
ahead.
Now this tile to use for money. When do I do that? I have to do that on my turn.
On your
I can't,
turn, correct.
Yes, so I have to do that now, as it were. What was I thinking? I wasn't thinking I was going to do. I don't want the orange one. Sorry, I'm going to do this. Take the green one because that gives me another format, and then I can plop 3 of them because it's as many as I like. And
£6
take
quid.
6.
So you owe $4.
Actually, oh yes. Oh well, 4 back. Yeah,
There we
I guess
go.
I'll can sort it out. Yep.
All
Okay.
right. So your trainers now come up here.
Right.
There we go. All of these. So, all right. So we are at the end of the round. So we now owe what we owe. So for me, I owe 8 because that's my highest one. I have a total of 6. So I actually lose 2 points. I'm good with that.
And I owe 8. I have enough.
Okay. And Martin?
I owe 5, so I owe 5.
Then new master and trainer. So we go in this order, and that will be the first player as well. So red, choose first. So go over what these are. I think the tops are pretty self-explanatory. The bottoms are 4 points for each of that type. The little claw symbol, the green performances completed. 4 points for every large tile, up to 20 points, and 4 points for each of the T Tetris pieces, the small red oranges. Then the trainers that are associated are spend a trainer and get a clear gem, spend a trainer and add a +2 to any die when building. And this is take 2 trainers, and then whenever you cover a bonus out here, you can do a double whatever the bonus is 1 time per turn because no pluses.
Now, when you say 1 time per turn, if I double up, if I hit 2 at once,
You choose one of them and that will be it for that turn because remember they clear off.
right. I just want to make sure it wasn't each one I cover. Wow. Like that's. I like that. I don't like that.
And you will be scoring it at some point, whether it's half at the end of the game or during at the end of one of the 3 rounds. So keep that in mind.
Honestly, I think because I already have 3.
That kind of makes sense to you, for you,
Yeah.
I should say, and
that's
although-
that's not a bad bonus.
yeah, the trainer tile. I like that one. So there you go, and just set it like right here for right now, because space. Martin.
Well, I got my eyes on these. I've already got this card, exactly the same one for scoring, so that'll effectively allow me to do that thing twice. This is always nice little bonus. I'll take that. And it looks like I've gained an extra point
There we go.
by blocking Edward, so even better.
So you can't put it up until you say it?
I really wanted that one master.
Well,
Oh, come on, work with me. There we go.
Turn the performance card you picked up for covering the space.
Well, I choose this one. There we go. All right. So now that we have done that, we're gonna.
Oh yes, sorry, Shrey. I made a mulligan.
What?
I covered up this space and took the performance card, and I shouldn't have taken the performance
Oh,
card.
so I believe. Hold on.
not that one. That
It
one.
was this one.
Yeah.
Good. There you go.
Sorry about that. Yes, Shrey. Thanks for catching that.
Peanut gallery is on fire.
Yeah.
All right. So in turn order, we'll go ahead and score one. So I will go ahead and score the purple area. So it's this rectangle right there. That's going to be 18 points. 2 and 16. And then that will go away, and this will replace it. There we go.
It's funny. It seems like the top is conversely or inversely
Uh-huh.
powerful to the bottom because that'd be an easy 8 points, but I want that power. How much is this? This is 12 points right now. I don't really need the green die anymore. I think that's the best call. Might as well just get more points. And
12 for red to 32. Mr. Fowler.
Well, as this one was always the one, so I spend $7, get 21 points.
Welcome to the game. There we go. And you get your new card to replace it. All right, so now go ahead, replace your dice out here. Get your trainers. New trainers and new masters out, please. And only 3 of them, because 3 player.
I was assuming.
All right, so what do we have? For the trainers, for each one that you put here, whatever die, plus 1 pip value. This is, you get 1 extra victory point for every performance that you perform. If you put a trainer out there, a trainer gives you a plus 2. Then here, spend 1 trainer, get a small square green. Or a small green. 4 points for each green. There you go. And then, or small green specifically. The tops are pretty self-explanatory. This is for the small purple, 4 points. And the top one is 6 points for each complete vertical row. Column. Yeah,
For
that's it.
a
Column.
maximum of 18 points.
There you go. All right, so we keep the same turn order. I was not expecting that. Hey, Stein.
Oh, turn order change.
Another Norwegian. Welcome. All right.
So is this the turn order now, or do we still go?
No, it's always clockwise. The only one that matters is that one.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
All right, what are we trying to do? I think I want 2 of those now in a perfect world. But am I worried too much about that? Maybe? Let's see. Done. I need that, and I need that. Okay. All right. No, not yet. Okay. Actually, I do need to count a moment. That'll work. Yeah. I'm going to take this 4 orange, turn it into a 5 orange. And the 5 orange will then become a 9, 11, 13, 15. I could. Oh yeah, let's do it. So that 5 and 10 makes that 15. And that means I get 2 large and 2 small. Orange. So too large, too small. So that's going to be $2. 3 points for yellow, please. And $3 so far. And then these bad boys will be that'll be one. Ooh. That'll be one performance there. And $2. And the performance will be any different names. So I have 3 different so far. No.
Mystery meat.
Potentially, but man, I already have some stuff that works. Like I could be able to start planning out, but the green also is good. All right, mystery meat. Oh, it's a new name. There we go. We'll go ahead and put that one right there. Done.
All right. I'm going to grab the green 5, please.
One of the green 5s. Any particular green 5?
I like that one. That was a good one.
Okay.
I'm going to use that to get $1. And I'm going to spend a trainer because I'm going to be traveling backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
So that'll be a performer and each color gem.
Oh, I started there.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
So it would be a performer though.
Right, yeah. And one of each color.
Okay.
And get a purple gem, please. Just a purple.
Right. Thank you.
There we go. And choose a performance, sir.
I'm actually going to choose 2 because I put it down on something, which also gets me another trainer from the supply. This one to start.
And immediately refill, and then choose another, sir.
Is that green? Oh, I didn't grab the green one. Somebody else said you did. Oh, that's cute. It's a little armadillo.
It is. An electric armadillo at that.
Oh. Well, I think, though... I don't really have a need for any particular one, so I think I'll just go for this one.
Mr. Fowler.
Okay, I've got my eye on trying to get this performance out. So if I take a 5 green, and I can actually, I'm not too bothered. I think I'll plop it on one of these. Take a buck, put it here, so just in case I have to rewind. Use a trainer here, that will knock it up to 7, which will allow me to take 2 small whatsits.
There you go, sir.
And then that just goes there, right?
Yep,
So I can do this again later on in the round.
Exactly.
So now I've just got to decide where to put my 2 small whatsits. I think they're going to go here and here, which will get me a performance card and a clear gem. So there's my clear gem. And what do I want for a performance card? Well, what's juicy?
Yeah, we're going to see if this works out, Andrew, or not. I'm not sure.
We'll go for what's going to give points.
That looks tasty. It's another armadillo. Oh, it's so cute.
I will take the 6 clear, which will get me a clear gem. Whee! And then we're going to go, that's 11 orange. That's going to go to there. So that's going to be, it looks like 4 orange, or 3 orange and a buck. So 3 orange gems, please. 2 green.
And a purple.
And a purple.
There we are.
And this, which, give me a moment, let me throw these out. There we go. So now, this will go ahead and get me 2 more clear gems, and a performance. Right. A moment, sorry. I'll take that one. That'll work. And Alberic comes out. Done.
Okay.
Seriously, an armadillo here in Massachusetts last year? All right.
I think I'm going to take this 3 green, and I'm going to turn it into a 1. No, I'm going to turn it into a 2. For a 7 green power, and I'm going to move 7 spaces in the greens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. For a total of 2 performance cards, 1 orange, 2 so 1 of each, and $1. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I just get 1 orange and 1 green, and $2. Because I'm already capped out on purple and...
There you go. And 2 performance cards.
2 performance cards. It'll be 3 total, and $2 more. We'll have to sort that out. They immediately refresh?
Yes.
So,
So you get that, and then there you go, sir.
Oh, bummer. I'll take that one. And what's the name of that one?
Alberic.
Oh, of course. I doubled up in the wrong direction.
Did you get 2 already? You get 2 performances?
Oh, and I should get a 3rd one, shouldn't I?
Oh, for covering the camp. Yes,
Yes.
you should.
I don't have enough purple to justify those.
All right.
Oh, wow. These
Pardon?
were really well shuffled.
I assure you they were.
I'm sure. Okay, so I'm going to go for a performance. So I'm going to want to do a double performance so that I can get these 2 done. Question is, which dice do I want to do? I could grab one of these, switch one, spend a gem. Doesn't really matter which colour. Or I could hold with what I've got and spend 2, say one of these, and then spend 2 gems. I've got the gems. I've even got the purple gems. Maybe I'll do that. So maybe that will leave that for flexibility later on. I like flexibility. So I'm going to drop this down here for 4, spend 2 purple gems. That will make it an 8, and that will allow me to perform on my 8 slot. Now, in order to perform these 2, I need 2 large greens, which I have, and 2 small greens, which I have, and 2 green gems. I have 1 green gem and 1 clear gem, which is anything. So
Well done. Well done.
it does. And then I get the benefits. So the benefits are 11 plus 2, which is 13 victory points.
13 to 34.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bucks.
Okay.
Not too bad a haul.
Yeah, that'll
And then
do.
both cards go away because I've performed them.
All right. So now I would like a large and 2 small, which is a 15, which is a 4 orange. There isn't a 4 orange. Oh, there can be, though. And I think there's going to be. Yep. Not getting a lot of money for that, though. Need to be careful. So it's going to be that and that. Okay. So if that's the case, we need... how greedy do we want to get?
Very.
I would need 1 whenever I build, but I don't have the extra camp. Well, a 12 could get a 1 orange. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's stop at 11. Oh, and that gives me a ton of money. That'll do. So that's going to be a buck. That's 12.
How's that 12?
It's not. You're right. Hold on. Because it doesn't count after the fact, does it? That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 6 works. That still works. That'll be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 bucks. There. I'll put that there. That gives me a performance and 2 bucks. And now we can afford our stuff. So the performance, do we want to replace something? A moment while I figure this out. This could be tempting, because I think then I can perform 4 of them. I will replace that with that, and that goes out of play. Done. For real now. Done. There we go. Oh, hey Stein, thank you. That sounds really impressive. That's 100 Norwegian something or other. So thank you.
I'll take the 2 orange. It doesn't really matter. It's just the orange.
2 orange. There you are.
I'm going to convert it to a...
And Martin, don't forget you can rearrange your performance at the end.
Oh, yes, quite right.
So if you want to do so. Okay?
I do. Good point.
And take a 6 orange. And I think I'm going to make it 12 orange?
He says confidently.
Yeah, I'll make it 12 orange. And
There you go. All right, 12 orange. What you doing with it?
I am going to get, obviously, 2 orange camps. And I'm going to put... Oh. Put that there. Going to use my double trainer to get double the bonus of that, which is 2 trainers. And I think the second tile will go right below it for 2 points. Do I want 2 points? Is that easy? Yeah, let's just go 2 points.
All right, 2 for red.
Yep.
And before we get started, or before we go any further, a moment, if y'all will indulge me. That is Andrew.
Tried to give you a little fanfare, but it wasn't very impressive.
There we go.
The number went up. That's the important thing.
Cheers.
Yes, cheers.
Thank you for the support, Andrew. And also thank you to Stein for the equivalent of $11. So thank you very much. Appreciate that. It's awesome. All right. Okay, so Martin, you're up.
Okay, I think I'm going to target trying to get as many points out of this card as possible, since I have both cards. So I'm going to take the 6 green. I'm going to plop it on here. And it'll make it 7, which plus 5 is 12, which is just what you need to get 2 whatsits. 2 larges. And that's what I'm exactly going to do. 2 large greens, s'il vous plaît.
2 large greens, sorry, I'm
flaking out.
Yeah, or trying to play my turn. But
now planning your turn is important. That's what I need to do as well. Am I happy with 2 greens? Do I want to switch a colour? I don't think I want to switch a colour. I think going down here is good, because that way it will, even though I'm not primarily aiming for one of these 21 point thing. Of course I get half points for it, so it's got to be good. Or I might prefer it over getting the 20 over there in the future. So if I pop these down in this position, I get $2 and 3 performance cards.
$3, you said?
$2.
$2. So
And 3 performance cards.
$2. So $3 back. Thank you. And 3 performances.
Ooh,
Remember, one at a time if you choose those because they refill.
Right. Okay. Well, since I've already got one of those, that's as close as that's closer than any other one that I'm likely to get. So I'll take that one. Do I have to place it before I choose?
That's a good question. I will have to look at that. The poster you took must be placed on an empty space in your poster area, but it doesn't say the specific timing on that. So I would argue that you take them all and then figure out where you're going to place them.
Okay, and there's 3 of them I'm going to get. So this and this are exactly the same in their requirements. So it wouldn't require doubling up. I'm going to grab it anyway because I don't really like any of the other ones.
And don't forget, you have mystery meat.
And I think I'll take the mystery meat for the third one because I'm still not liking those. Okay, so this is what I have. What's most likely that I'm going to be able to get quickly? One of these two, I think. That one scores a little bit better, but requires gems. I don't think I'm going to need the money, so I'm going to put that in a position where I can play it. And I'll see if I can actually get to perform those. Okay, that's me done, I think.
All right. Purple 4, which gets me
Oh, you were right, Edward. The designer himself has spoken.
There you go. So I can place them all. Awesome. All right, good deal. So, green gem. That's $1. So that's a 4. A moment. Let me make sure I'm not doing it. Yep. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yep. So that's a 14 purple. That says 4 performances. We're doing those 4. So here we go. Kimura has that. Alberic has those 2 right there. Larissa has those 2 right there. And then Lungail, I think, is this and that. So checks out. So then I need an orange, a clear,
And a green.
and a green. And that takes care of all 4 of those performances, which will be 1, 3, 6, 11, 17, 24, 29 points. 29, 1 and 28 is 48. And then 2, 4, 6, 8 cash. So turn that in and get a 10.
Do you have that sinking feeling, Greg?
No.
Oh, I do.
So these 4 are done. I'm just gonna, there you go. So I have 4 different names. So just FYI, for this guy right here, for when that comes to be. Done. All right. And that was my performance. Done.
Okay.
Oh, and I can rearrange at this point. So I will go ahead and rearrange that to there. Done.
Do you want to hand me the orange die?
That looks like a 9.
It is a 9. Am I going to keep it at a 9? Yes. And I'm going to spend 2 trainers to do a purple and a green instead of...
Oh. Yeah, allow me that just to get a clear gem as well, because I have nothing better to do with it.
So let's see, the
there we
purple
go.
goes there. Oh, that's awkward, and I don't like that. Do I choose not to spend that second trainer?
I should have done that.
That should have gone over there.
And
I'm not going to choose my second trainer for that, because I
should have also done that. Oh well.
Yeah. I'm going to stick to that, stay on target. But I am going to do this. Oh, there's no point in changing the pip value.
What'd you cover up with that one?
Oh, this, which gets me another trainer and $2, and this gets me a crystal gem. So another trainer
Here. And $2.
and $2.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you. Red Eye Ghost, appreciate it. The applause for the performance. Martin?
It was impressive. Okay. Suddenly feeling my whole plans have been really petty. But there we are. So I think I'm going to go with a purple die, and I'm going to rotate it to a number of my choice, which I think is going to be, might as well be a 10, because I'm going to have to pay 11 on that anyway. And I've got enough money to pay for my dice, so I'm not worried on that front. So I'm thinking if with 10 purple, maybe knock it up to 12 and grab 2 large purple whatsits on the build, please.
Okay. Whatchamahoochits right there. There we go.
Yep. And that will, I can use that to complete here, which will give me 3 rows of thing for later on,
Yep,
and 2
well
victory
done.
points right away, which I'll take. So another brief moment not in last place. And anything worth snagging here, I can snag a bit of money if I do that. I can snag a bit of money if I do that. Both is snagging a bit of money, but I'm not sure either of else is. Well, I guess the best thing is to try and complete slots, isn't it? So what?
Thanks, Tony.
Yeah, trying to get close to completion of things, maybe something like that. Yeah. I'm thinking that's probably a good place for it. So that actually doesn't give me anything, but that's all right because I'll get more later.
All right. So now we pay end of the round. So I'm going to owe a total of 12. So
Yeah, I'm going to owe 7. Pick a color, I owe 7.
okay. And Martin.
I owe 11
All right.
greens.
So now in this order, we're going to choose these. I'll choose this one.
Well, I haven't even been paying attention to this.
That will give you the most points.
That will get at some point. Well, yeah, except I think I'm covered actually on my. Yeah, but you're right. I get my bonuses, half bonuses at the end anyway. I'm unlikely to get stretched vertically since I've been stretching horizontally. And it's always good to get an extra 2 whatsits on the die, so I'll take that. Even though Greg's probably got a special plot for that, and he's.
I've already got it. I've got 1 build left, and then it's good.
Oh, I forgot to play these.
I did the same. I'm angry at myself for not having done that.
I knew I needed to play those, and I then forgot to play
Go
those.
ahead. You were last, so go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead.
thank
What
you.
were you going to do?
I was just going to plop them on the money.
So six
$6. And that's why I was holding them back, and then I thought, yep,
No
I want the
worries.
6. Thank you.
All right. So these will reset. So first player will be Greg in this case. But then we need to score a MasterCard. And what do I have? I only have 1 of the greens so far. So let's see. That's 2 of these. 1 of those. Yeah, that's a no. This would be 15. That would be 20, potentially 25. And that's 16. I know I'm going to be able to complete that one, so that's going to max that out at 20 next round. So why don't we go ahead and do this one? So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a total of 15 for that. So 3 and 12 more to 63. And plus the extra $1 doesn't really do a whole lot for me. Done. And sir?
Well, I think I'm going to do the hardest math of all. Score 8 points.
Easy enough. 8 to 42.
Yep. Lose the versatility, but
And Martin?
I could score this for 20 or this for 21. You know what 21 is?
More than 20.
Yep.
So 37 to 57. There we go. And take your trainers. Re-roll and put those out, please.
and we don't bother with those, right?
Right, because it doesn't matter. They're just ones not used for our game. There we go.
There we are.
And the final round begins. Greg, you're up.
Yep. So I think I have to build. I'm trying to figure out what is the best thing to build towards. Right now I need a little one of green, a little one of green, and big one, big one. So I guess green. Green's the answer. Let's grab the 3, because it's the highest value.
Okay.
And I'm going to just straight up turn it to a 6. No, I'll turn it to a 5. I'm going to spend 2 green gems to make it a 9, which gets me a big green and a little green. And where can I put it to maximize its effects?
Oh, that'll work. I guess that's what we're gonna have to do.
Oh, maybe I don't want to do that.
Yes. Okay. And
I'm actually thinking I'm going to spend... I'm going to spend some trainers. So right now I was at a 9.
yep, because you spent these 2 gems.
Yeah, if I spend another gem, that puts it at 11. If I turn this to a 6, that makes it a 12. I'm going to spend 3 trainers, that's a 15. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. So I'm turning this into a 6, spend all 3 of my gems for 12, and 3 trainers on this to make it an effective 15
Okay.
to get another one.
Oh, good, because you can't place that big one where you did.
Yes. Yeah, I know. Problem is, I want to get a purple in there at some point, so I don't want to cover that up just yet. So I'm going to put that there. Put that there, and put that there. Which gets me 2 crystal gems, which will actually be $1 and 1 crystal gem, and $2. So $3 and a gem.
Here. And there. Martin.
Okay, so I'm very well set for scoring down here. I'm thinking I really want to try and get some of these going. I don't want to go twice to the performance thing, so I'm really thinking I'm needing another tent. I rather like the look of this tent with its 7 bonus victory points. So that would make me want to do a 1, 2, 3 orange.
Or a 4 orange.
4 orange will do nicely, I think. I might as well put it on the wussiest spot, which is this one, for which I just get a buck, because that's kind of boring, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, so I get a purple and an orange gem, and this rather nice tent. I'm going to think this is the one I'm likely to do, so that would go there, so it gives me 2 more bucks.
And a card.
And a performance. Oh, yeah, another performance card.
And just a quick reminder to everybody that you can spend 1 trainer to rearrange your performances before the performance happens. So if you draw something, put it here, and you want to swap it out with one of the ones you have, it just costs you a trainer. Okay?
I should have thought of that. Maybe I do still want to think about it. Oh, it's too much to think about. I'm not really keen on any of those cards, and I don't know that I'm actually going to get anything done, so I'll just take the mystery meat. Actually not that bad, I guess. Okay, that's me.
It's got to be green, and there aren't greens big enough. Oh, but there can be, can't there? There can be. That'll go there. Change that to a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. That's an 8 green. That's a 10 green. And counterclockwise. 10 green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. From here. So we're looking at 3 green, which I got them.
Oh, okay.
We're good.
Before green.
Check that, 4 green. So 3 green and a buck. Hand me a buck if you would. 2 purple and an orange, which 2 purple and an orange.
And 3 performance cards.
And that's the key right there.
It's setting up for another big performance. He wants those claps again.
I do. Well, first one we're gonna take mystery meat. That's 2. Oh. So if we go there, just looking at this real quick, so I have those 2 counted for and those 3. So I still got some big purples to do and small, so I could do this one as well. So I will take this one, which will go there. And that was the 3 performances that we have. This guy, yeah, we'll go there. Done. Greg.
I'll take the 5 orange, please. I will go there, which makes it an effective 7. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, do I have to take performance cards?
No, you can choose to either not take it, take one and just discard it, or replace one.
Okay. I'm just going to choose to not take them.
Okay.
So I'm going to get 4 points.
4 for red.
2 orange, a buck, and a green.
By the way, did you get me my $1 that I would have gotten? Did I?
Put it in your hand.
Did you? Okay, then yes, I guess I did. Martin, you're up.
Okay, so if I am going to do this triple performance at some point, I am going to need to get to those little orange whatsits. So I better do some building. So what do we have for building options? I need to get up to 7 to get 2 little ones.
Remember, you have your set 2.
Plus 2, so I only need to get up to 5, so that 1 orange die might be just enough. So maybe I'll just go for that, do it the simplistic way. Is it worth trying to go super big for anything big? I'm not sure that it really is. So no, I'm going to go here. So that's 5 plus 2 is 7, which will give me 2 small oranges, please. And I get a green small as well if I put a trainer on. Do I want to do that? It's 2 victory points at the end of the game, so I think I do.
Okay.
I'm going to have enough money, I think. So now I could start filling in blocks, but on the other hand, there's victory point scores up here, but I don't have to be all touching, right? I can just plop them
Just
where I like.
a side has to touch.
A side has to touch. That's it. Okay, so maybe. How could I do this so that would? That would fill that, and then I could fill that in there. That would be one possibility. Or if I could go there, what would I need to do that? Could do this. Could fill this and get me a trainer. But then that's difficult, isn't it? That's not going to work. Tetris. I never was good at it. I could abandon the idea of trying to fill that and then just try and make it kind of glob up somehow with by doing, say, this and this. Abandon all ideas of filling up slots, which would kind of be a shame, but that would be interesting. Or I could try and fill. No, I think I'm going to abandon all the idea of filling slots up. through those two and that. That will get me 8 victory points and a clear crystal. And who cares about filling your slots? Because 8 victory points is more valuable than filling up a slot. So 8 VPs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And a clear crystal. And a brief moment in the lead. In the reserve to get the... Oh, I must put it back. Oh, I completely lose it in the reserve. So, yeah, it doesn't matter though, does it? Because it's not as if I'm going to use it in a future turn, so that'll work.
Son of a biscuit.
5 at the moment. I've got to get 4.
I think I will do that.
12.
I'll put that there to take a clear gem. So that's 12 green. That'll be 3 performances. So I believe we will do these 3 right here in the middle. So we have the 2 little purple and the big purple. So those will be done for this and 2 purple gems. So Alberic is done. I need a green gem. I have 1 large, 1 small, and 1 small there. And then I need another orange gem there. Then I need another large and a large there, and I need a clear gem. So those 3 are now complete. So that's going to be 10, 21, 21 and 13 is 34 points. 34 is 97. And then 4, $7 as well. And those are done. Okay. And I will rearrange. Put that right there.
Oh.
Real quick, one more thing also. I will use 1 trainer for that for an extra 3 points at 100. And there and there, right? Yes. You know what? Let me take that back. I don't need the 3 points that bad. Instead, I will do that and spend $4 to go ahead and get 2 more performances. That'll work. So I will take this one for there. That replaces that. And two, good. That would need a third, so I can't do that one. That would need a third, I can't do that one, can't do that one. Mystery meat. Done.
I'll take
Now
the
that's it.
orange 6.
Orange 6 it is, yes sir.
I'm going to put it here to gain $1.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Eric and Matt.
So 11 plus that makes 13, plus this one makes for a total of 15 for camping, building, a big and 2 littles.
What color? Orange? A big and 2 littles?
Well, I'm not going to do orange. I'm going to change 2 of them. 1 to green and 1 to purple. So I need a little orange, a big green, and a little purple.
Done.
And I'll put that there. Put that there. And oh, that's the obvious one. Right there. But I'm going to ignore all of the bonuses I would get because they are all performance cards, and I don't want to swap out anything I have.
Easy enough. All right, Martin. And these go away.
So I'm setting myself up to do this triple performance. I'm actually wondering, is it worth trying to do a triple performance or do 2 double performances, because then I can use this tent twice, and this tent, of course,
That's a fair
is 7
point.
victory points. So I'm thinking I might do that. So that then means I only need the 8 instead of the 14. In fact, yeah, the 8 instead of the 14 will be just fine. So I can easily get 8, can I? Well, I've got 5 orange. I need to use a clear one. 5 plus 3 is 8, isn't it? That's in fact 9 if I had that. So yeah, so that would give me the 8-point orange, allowing me to perform here. So I can do 2 of these. So I'll do these 2. So I need to use I've got the 2 of these and that, and I've got one of these and one of these.
Yep.
No problem. So I'll use a orange gem and a green gem, which is clear. Another clear gem, which is green, plus the purple gem, plus another clear gem. That will stop me from doing this again. Oh well.
So it's these 3, right?
Those 2.
Those 2. Sorry.
Those 2, and I'm suddenly realising I can't do this one again. So maybe I should do the 3.
Okay, then do it.
But the 3 would require me to get 14 over here. So I would need to get this up to 14. If I turn that to a 6, then it would be 6, 10, 11.
And then that.
It would be 10, 11, and then
13.
13, which is what? Not 14.
Oh, right.
But I've got a 6
Well, no,
plus
if
1.
If you turn it to
Oh,
a 6,
that's
it
true.
would have
Then
to be
I
there.
would not be there.
6, 10, 11. You have extra trainers. You could put them there.
But is that for moving around?
No, it's for performance.
Oh, that's for a performance. Okay. Then yes, but then I'm going to have 14. I'm going to have to watch my money. Oh, I'm going to get a blob of money from doing this anyway. So yeah, I'll be all right. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, so
that becomes a 6 there.
6 over here. So that gives me the 14. So we'll do the triple. So that'll be 6, 12, 19, 27 points, victory points.
27 to 72 to 92.
And that goes as well. And then 2, 6, 7, 8, 11 cash.
And there you go. Well done.
Those all go away.
Okay. Whoever rolled that was terrible.
Thank you. It's the nicest thing anybody said to me all day. Well, I might as well rearrange things just in case. Well, I can't perform either of them, so it's a bit of a waste of time.
Eight. Come on, where is it? 8, 10, 12, 14. And I need 15. Oh, that's so frustrating. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, because I can't use the trainers because I want that. Oh, that's so frustrating. So I got to get to 15. How do we get to 15? It's 8. Oh, wait.
You get another
10,
crystal.
12, 14. And the clear would be 16. Done. There. 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yep. That's going to be a large, or as I like to call it, too large and too small. That's 7 points. And a clear crystal. Three, 7.
For a second, I thought we were going to have a Glory to Realm in our hands. Turn that to a 6, which gives me, what is that, 17?
Yep.
And we're going to add a crystal to make that 19, and a trainer to make that 20.
Here comes a big one. All right, here we go. Show your work, sir.
All right, so this has that and that right there.
Yep.
That one has that one, and that one.
Yep.
That has that one, and sure. The third one of those, and another one of those. And I have... Oh, I'm short one purple.
Ooh,
You are.
Well, then I guess, instead of spending that trainer on there, I'm spending it there.
And now he's good.
And now I'm good.
And that's still 5 performance. Yep, there you go.
And I'm also going to need to get rid of 2 purple gems, a green gem, and a crystal.
And an orange, right?
And an orange.
So, there. So, yep. Looks good.
And
Well done.
Going to get all of them done in one go. So that's going to be 10, 15, 22, 25, 29, 32, 42, 47.
47 and 46. 47, 53, 93.
And I get $8.
Well done. Mr. Fowler.
Well, what can I do here? I can't do any of these performances because I don't have the requisite pieces to do either of them. So I'm not going to get any victory points that way. Going round on circles doesn't get really any victory points, so maybe my only way of getting victory points is to see if I can fill up any gap here. I'm already maxed out nicely on many of these things. Certainly I could pick up a couple of victory points by grabbing another small green Whatsit. But that doesn't help fill in if I wanted to, say, get this. Well, that would fill that block, that would fill that central piece. I was thinking of trying to get 2 of these and manoeuvring them, but you really need an orange and a purple to do this. And the trouble with that, I only have 1 trainer. And I would need 1 trainer to change colour, and then another trainer to do something else that I needed to do. I was calculating it somehow and it wasn't going to work. I had to flip the die around because I would need a decent die to score it. So basically, none of it's very attractive. But I think what I'll do is I'll take a purple one and use the trainer here to flip it to a 6. That would allow me to get a large purple. Do I want a large purple? Yeah, I might as well take a large purple. It'll do as good as anything else. Could you give me a large purple, please?
Yes, sir.
Because that's a 6 plus 1, so that's 7. Oh, actually, I could take 2 small purples. Is that better? A large purple would go something like that. That would finish that one off. If I did small purples, though, I can't get it to bend round. Oh, yeah, I could. Yeah, actually, two small purples.
Two small purples in lieu of that.
That will work slightly better, because I can do this. Oh, actually, no, it's not going to help. I can't finish both of them off. Oh, well, what the hell. Just do this and give myself a crystal. Not that it's probably going to be much use. Probably scores a victory point or something. That'll do. Yeah, that's done. I don't think there's any other way I can do anything better.
That'll go there, so that's going to be an 8. Allows me to do 2 performances, which are going to be those 2. I need a purple gem and an orange gem for those. And then I have plenty enough for everything else to be able to complete those. So that's going to be 5, 10, 19 points. 19. So back 1, 23.
Yep.
And 3 cash. There and there makes that.
Yep.
All right. So now we go through, make our final payments. So I owe 6, 7, 8. I'm sorry, 8, 9. I owe 15.
I owe 17,
I owe 11.
which $1 left over.
2. So well done, us, I suppose.
Oh, well, that's Age of Steam, right?
Right, yeah. All right, so new master. So in this order. So this one doesn't matter because it goes in that order. So red, choose.
Thank you.
Oh, well, this is equal. What's
Yeah, the same name performers.
I think you want the purple one.
Larissa? I've got 2 Larissas.
Oh, wait. Oh, those are big purples.
2 Larissas will be 3 each. No, this gets me slightly more. But what does it do with you?
No, I already picked.
Oh, you already picked. So
Yeah.
it doesn't make a difference, and Edward's going to win anyway, so I might as well just grab this one. Seems like I get slightly more for this.
All right, so now we complete one with full scoring. So Greg, go ahead.
Well,
One of the 5.
yeah, this gets me 20 points. So I will.
What one?
This one right here, it gives me 1 point for each in a grid. The max is 20, and
Yep,
this
checks
grid
out.
is perfect for that, actually.
13. Well done. And discard that one. And Mr. Fowler.
I get 20 points, so one of my 4 times large what's-its.
So, right behind me.
Right there and over there. It's going to be 20 no matter which one I score this way. So I will do of different names, a max of 5. So there's a Kimura, a Armadillo, a Larissa, a Alberic, and a Lungeil, or Lungeal. So that's 5, that's 20. To 43. All right, so that is this one. That goes away. All right, so now we go into final scoring. Final scoring is all of your remaining MasterCards all score at half value. So start with Greg.
All right, so this one we'll start with, so I can get rid of the dice.
So it's 1 point per pip.
1 point per pip, so 6 points.
6 for red. All right.
So get rid of the dice and the card. This is up to 10 points, but I was 1 shy of doing it.
So that's
it's
8.
8 points, yep.
To 27.
This, unfortunately, I can only get 2 names, so that's only going to be
5 points.
5 points. And this one I did get, that's 9 whole points. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the 3 columns.
Right.
Sorry.
So 20. So 10. One more.
No. Max of
Right.
18.
Oh, sorry. Check that. Okay. And you, Martin.
Okay, well, this I got the maximum again, so it will be a straight 10 for that. So that's
Good to know.
22.
I left. Thank you. Okay.
Here I have 1, 2, 3 of them, so that's 12, so that's another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this, I did have 11 because I remember paying for it, so that would be
Okay.
effectively another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right. So I will score for that one, which is for my greens, which that's 2. So that'll be 4 points.
Yep.
Then for purple, small purples, I only have 2 of those at 2 points apiece. That'd be 4. Then this is for the same name ones, and I have 3 of them, so 9, so that'd be 4 points for this one. And then this tent does not score for this one, so it's 1, 2, so it's 15, so that'd be 7 more. Then for every $5 you have left over, you score a point.
Nope.
And now your scoring area. So Martin, how many? And remember, you can move gems in to fill in areas.
Oh,
So
I'd forgotten about that. That makes quite a difference.
It
So
does.
allows me to, oh, no, it didn't allow me to fill that one. Yes, it does.
Yeah, it
allows me
does.
to fill that one. Okay, so I've one.
So 1, 2, 3, 4 are unfilled, so that means you got 5 filled. So that's 20 points.
20 points. Good calculation, sir.
And Greg?
Does right.
I didn't fill 2. In fact, I
So-
almost didn't even touch 2.
So that would be 7. That's 28. So 69.
69.
And I have 1 gem, which ain't getting it done. So that's 3 empty areas. So that's 6. That's 24. 286. So there we go. Redemption after last night's terrible teacher at 186. Greg at 169. And Mr. Fowler, thank you for playing
Yep.
at 155. And did you have one more? Oh, you have one more card to score.
Oh, this one. Yeah.
Yeah, so
4 more points.
4 more points. Doesn't make a difference.
Well, 159.
did you,
so there we go.
Did you score for your $2?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
All right, so there we go. So that, folks, is the Magnificent. So, Martin.
Well, yes. There's quite a nice mix of things going on in this game. You've got the Tetrisy stuff going on here. You've got a lot of things about setting up your performances. There's quite a lot of different things to juggle and kind of put together, which is nice. But I don't know. It's not a game I feel excited about. It's we use this phrase, a fine game. I mean, it is a good game. I quite enjoyed playing it, but it doesn't have the bit of pizzazz that I normally go for.
Why do you think that is?
It's a good question, and I was thinking about this because I obviously did the practice game just over a week or so ago. And it was interesting. I was comparing it in my mind to a couple of similarly felt games that we've done recently, in particular the Yin Yang. I think I preferred Yin Yang because it was a bit simpler. You had the similar juggling of different things, but there were less things to juggle, so you could kind of get your hands over it, and it was easier to teach. And I tend to feel that weight has to have a payoff, and the extra weight here didn't have so much of a payoff. Also, the map in Yin Yang meant you were really having to deal with other people a lot. And here I felt it was a bit more easy to not pay much attention to what everybody else was doing and kind of do your own thing. And that may have been because I'm just not very good at it and wasn't able to watch what you were doing while trying to figure out my own thing, or it could be just this is a bit more of that simultaneous solitaire, which some people prefer, but I tend to prefer a game where you've got a bit more interaction.
I mean, there's some interaction with the travel, right? But that's, I feel, insignificant.
Yeah.
Then there is the choosing of the cards there, so that can have a small impact on things. But the big thing would be the taking of the dice. But I feel like with the clear dice, it gives you enough of a workaround to where I don't ever feel like anything that y'all are doing is getting in my way, really, that I can't navigate around, right? And this kind of harkens back to why I don't like Feast for Odin, whereas I much prefer, Caverna versus Agricola, that type thing,
Right.
to where it's a lot more wide open. I prefer a lot more constricted.
Yep.
And I like that pressure, and I like that direct interaction of, and a lot of people will call it negative interaction, of the things that you do are going to absolutely impact what I do, whereas here, it was a lot more open. That said, I don't think that's the intent of this game. I think that this game is an engine builder,
Right.
to where everything feels pretty good. It has a positive reinforcement aspect to this game that I don't think they're trying to go for that constricted feel.
Right.
They're going for that more wide open, which that's perfectly fine. I think it's a very successful game in what it's trying to do. Does that mean it's a solid hit for me? No. I feel like ultimately it's fine. Exactly as we said. It flows well, and it's all about comboing up and chaining your things together and manipulate. And I like the way the dice drafting goes. But ultimately, for me, I want something a little more constricted and a little bit more interactive.
Yeah, if I'm going to have a multiplayer solitaire game, I want the puzzle to be crazy difficult. I want the puzzle to be hard, to push back against me. Pipeline, I think, does that well. Tricurion does that, obviously, pretty well. This doesn't push back at you. It's just like, yeah, go ahead, get the points. I was not doing well, and I still ended up doing well. It doesn't make sense to me. None of the actions I took were efficient, were really well thought out or well planned, and I still kind of just did okay. Maybe I'm missing something, but efficiency engine games, I feel, should be... I should be able to screw up and lose hard, not just lose okay. does that make? I don't know if that makes sense.
I think that's fair, but again, it all depends on what the design intent, right? Just because we might not specifically, we want that bigger tension, we want that more constricted pushback from the game. I don't think that's what this is after. So I don't think that's a failing of the game. I think it's not what it is necessarily that we want it to be. And I don't think that's the game's fault, necessarily.
I think part of that...
at all, actually.
I think part of that has to do with I don't feel a good connection between all of the parts. This is like the opposite of Formosa T, where I felt like every action kind of worked with each other. There's 3 very basic actions that I don't know if any of the mini games are cohesive for me.
I think that's a fair criticism of it, or a fair viewpoint on it. And I'll be honest, at no point did it feel like I was putting on performances.
Right. No, the theme didn't come through at all for me. It was even barely the setting. I mean, it really did feel very, very abstract.
The obvious comparison to me, because, you have performances and whether or not it's magic or not, whatever, is Tricurion. The games have nothing in common outside of that loosely applied theme between the two of them, and the weight is completely different. But again, I don't think that this game is trying to do that. It's not trying to supplant Tricurion. I think anybody that makes that comparison, that's a ill-informed comparison, and that's going simply on a loose comparison of the theme. So Aporta Games, they previously had done Santa Maria for their big game, if you will, or the big one that comes to mind at least. This feels like exactly that weight of game to me, which is perfectly fine. It's a solid midweight Euro.
Yeah.
I think they were successful in what they were trying to do, but the question is it more compelling to you than it is anything else that falls within that dice drafting, mid-range, solid Euro?
I mean, you didn't like Trois. I like Trois. I still have not played a dice drafting game that has made me want to play again more than Trois.
Okay, fair. How about you?
Literally the exact same words. Like, I'd much rather play Trois over this.
I enjoyed the puzzle aspect of this, and I will say this, and I think this is a good sign, that I have enjoyed the game incrementally more every time I've played it. The first time I played it, I was like, the meh instead of the magnificent. The second time I played it, I was like, okay, yeah. The third time I played it, which is now this, I've enjoyed it more. So because I wasn't not looking forward to playing tonight or streaming this, I just wasn't excited about it. Am I going to be excited to play this again? Not terribly. But again, for me, 3 plays on a game, that's fine. I'm good with that. And then we're on to the next one because of the show.
Right.
But I think we did the game a justice in a sense that we showed off what the game is capable of. We showed all aspects except for the flip side of the player boards. And other than that, yeah, I mean, what you see is what you get. And I think, like I said, it was a success in that regards, but yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, and I should point, the engine building bit was quite nice. You did get a sense of you're able to do a lot more each round, and that's, I think, a sign of a good engine builder, right? You can do things in the final round that you couldn't imagine would even be possible in the first round. Yeah. And that was good.
When we first got this at the table, I was like, wait, 3 rounds? How the hell am I supposed to do all? Oh, right, okay. As you get better, you
really multiply.
Right, totally. Yep.
But as I said, there's a lot of good engine builders out there, and it's also not my style really to have a game that's very much the individual puzzle, and it has to be something that has to really click and be special to get my attention for that. And I'm actually puzzling to think of any game that I know well that has click. I could imagine Pipeline clicking. I need to play it a bit more, but on the whole, I just like to be interacting. I don't like to be in a situation where you can plan your move out too many moves in advance.
Without the other players.
I want those plans to be foiled, probably because I'm too lazy to plan out several moves in advance, and I'd much rather react on the feet because that's the kind of person I am. I like reacting to events rather than trying to plan things out. As anybody who knows my professional side will probably recognise that inclination.
Being more, wait for it, agile?
Exactly. Yeah. Well done. You got that.
There's definitely merits in both. I definitely like predicting what other players are doing, and I feel like I had a good grasp on what Edward was trying to do the whole game, but at no point could I go, wait, no.
Stop, no, and I'll be honest, so I had my butt handed to me by Joe Huber in my second game of this, and I was like, oh, I'm going to try that. Worked pretty well. Would not worry about performances early,
right.
Build up your infrastructure, and get ready to just hammer out a lot of performances in the second half of the game.
Which I definitely should have done, because the first round I was like, ooh, I got 20 points, great. Yeah, well, it didn't help, because that second round I was just slogging through.
Right. It should be about that build up, which it does a good job of.
So. Yeah, I got a bit sort of distracted on the money thing, and I think that led me astray to a large extent. Good question that came out over there was comparing this to Black Angel, which I've played also a couple of times. I would give this the plus over Black Angel. To me, Black Angel was even more weight with no greater payback. And so I would prefer this. So again, I have this thing where if you're going to add more weight to a game, you've got to give me a payback for it.
Oh, 100%.
And that payback means typically theme, it means something about the excitement and energy, and I felt no more excited about Black Angel than I do about this, and Black Angel's heavier, so this is the better game, is the way I look at that logic.
Yeah, considering this was 2 hours plus with the teach.
Yeah, like this is a 90-minute game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely, if I was to take that into consideration. I haven't played Black Angel, but I also don't have any interest to. I've had opportunities here and pass them up because it just doesn't look appealing to me.
So, Fuchsia Angel, as I call it, which I appreciate what Ian O'Toole did with that as far as bringing color to space. So I've played both of them a number of times now, and I'm thinking about this. They're both dice drafting games. That's actually a really, really good question. I'm kind of hedging a little bit, but let's put it this way. I think Martin's pretty close to spot on here because I think it's close between which I would prefer, whether it's Black Angel or whether it's this. That requires a heavier brain burn investment. The Black Angel, as well as a larger time investment. Not to mention the teach is much more involved than this is. So it's definitely more complex, but is the payoff there? I don't know that it is. So for my feeling, I think I agree with you that you put a gun to my head. I think I would rather play this as a dice drafter than Black Angel. I think. I would have to think on that a little bit more, but it's close either way, which then you're talking about the time investment, brain burn investment, as well as teach investment. Where do you get the bigger payoff? So yeah,
The theme is a bit better in Black Angel. I mean, there is much more sense of a theme in Black Angel than this. So if theme matters to you, then I think that would be significant.
Yeah, I think theme matters a good enough amount, but it still feels pasted on in Black Angel.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's a super strong theme, but I mean, this to me, the theme-wise just completely fell flat for me.
Yeah.
This really did feel like it could have been absolutely anything.
So, and that's good. I mean, so here's a perfect example of why these playthroughs, I think, are value added for folks. For the fact that you just heard what all of us were like, no, it's fine. Okay. Whereas some folks in the chat were like, it's definitely going to be a hit for me and my wife. Can't wait to, to pick this up. Perfect. Because just because we might disagree doesn't mean what we say, in our opinion on it, that's why we present the game and let you guys make the informed decisions.
Yeah, different games for different people.
Yeah, otherwise there'd be one game, right?
Yeah. All these playthroughs and all these reviews, they're just tools to make a better decision.
There you go.
Yeah.
So mission.
And hopefully our conversation gives you things to think about as to, will this appeal to my game group? And because at least we're surfacing things to bear in mind.
Right.
So if you've got a game group that really loves interaction, you're not going to like this. If you've got a game group that really hates interaction, then this becomes more of an interesting game.
I think so. All right, so there we go. That is the Magnificent. So thanks everybody for joining us, both live as well as after the fact. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget, like and subscribe down below. It helps the show. It also helps you guys get notified whenever we go live. You want to go one step further and join some of the folks, the 796 folks who help support the show. You can go to pledgehc.com. Definitely appreciate all the support. Thanks for everybody for joining us. I will be back Monday morning with the weekly look ahead, to be determined on that. It's going to be a lot more Essence stuff for the next week, for sure. And then we're going to start branching out a little bit from there. So thank you, everybody. I will see you Monday at 11 a.m. with the weekly look ahead. So appreciate it. I'm Edward.
I'm Greg.
And I'm Martin.
You guys have a wonderful evening. Have a great weekend. Be nice to one another. Take care, everybody.
You ready for my next magic trick?
The hat.
You're going to take it. There's been a rabbit under that top hat the whole game.
I know, right?